We know what needs to happen. We know what people are struggling with. We know why they're struggling with it, but we don't always communicate the how of it. And that's where a big difference in the way that preaching can be different from marketing is preaching. You have a little bit more authority, a little bit more empathy. That's just naturally given to you because you're on stage, because you have the title, because you have the experience, because you have the ordination. Whereas in marketing, you're clumped in with everyone else. It used to be 40 years ago, the church said something or something was put out there on behalf of the church and people listened. Nowadays, we're in with the noise of everyone else, and people, including the young folks that are in college and coming out of college, will trust a stranger on Instagram more than they will trust their neighborhood church. We always go back to the same thing. We have what should be, and we have what is. We cannot live in the world of what should be. That's how churches die. We have to live in the world of what is and try to nurture it into what it should be, which is why I believe the church should be the cornerstone of the community. The church should be the best known organization in the community. It's not. What it is another organization that, to the eye of the beholder, the eye of your community, could be selfish, greedy people taking advantage of the helpless, the hopeless, the poor. Some people will think it's a great charity, but it's not for me. In reality, we know God is for everyone. Jesus died for everyone. How can we get that message across? We always communicate what the message is. But maybe we have to change not what the message is, but how we say it. And where this really comes into, I audit church websites almost on a daily basis. I audited one yesterday. And I said, there's a lot of great information as far as it was a school, as far as what this school is, but I don't see a lot of information of how that's relevant to my family. I understand that this is a private school, so who this is for children who need to get out of the public school system, that to accelerate, to excel, cannot be homeschooled for whatever reason. I understand what the school is for. I understand who it is. I understand what it's for. I can see the programs. I can see what the programs are, the extracurriculars, the schoolrooms, the classrooms. But I didn't see how it affects me as a parent, how it affects my children, and what it would benefit them in the long run. And this is so often how we communicate our church. We look on our website or our social media and think, well, people are coming here to learn more about us. Let me give them more about us. But what we lack is what that does to them and how it affects them. So we teach the what, we explain the what, we communicate the what, we get the what on a megaphone, a mega what, but we don't get the how out there as in how this will benefit your life, your family. Jesus communicated the how all along. Are you thirsty? Here's how to never be thirsty again. Are you hungry? Here's how to be hungry ever. Are you going to die? Here is how to avoid death forever. And so we need to shift from information that is just putting out what we do to inspiration, as in how this will affect your life. This is something that, Pastor, I know you get, whether you do this on a weekly basis, quarterly basis, or just for special occasions when it comes to altar calls. I understand that you get really good at this, about how Jesus can save you, how Jesus can give you abundant life, how Jesus can support you. But we talk about the what, we talk about the how, but sorry, I got distracted. There's something going on behind the camera here. But we don't talk about that how after the altar call. We nail it before, we nail it during, we don't nail it before, we don't nail it after. And that's why people will come up and say, gosh, I was so inspired. God was really talking to me and pulling me and reaching into my heart and just breaking down walls. No one ever says, I was so informed the walls came down. Would you rather, Pastor, someone come to you afterwards and say, that sermon was so informing? Or would you rather them say, that sermon was so inspiring? Information is consumable. Inspiration is actionable.